So you mean I have to kill time for 5 minutes show? Okay, good, good. 'Cause nobody will want that. Nobody will want that. All right. Well, thank you all very much for coming here today to support the NAACP Freedom Fund Dinner. As both an NAACP member and as the mayor of the City of New London, it's my honor to welcome you and to thank you for all that you do on behalf of this great organization. I want to say also tonight a very special word of remembrance to 2 members of our community that we lost here in New London who were longtime stalwarts in support of the NAACP, Mr. Milton Cook and former Mayor Eunice Waller. They will be terribly missed, and their voices, of course, are still heard every day in the work that we do.
Wow, here is the governor. I challenged him one day, like this year, at Winthrop School with a retired teacher. He explained everything to me about the budget. Yes, he did. Mayor Venezia, would you like to introduce the governor?
We'll make this quick, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the governor.
It's great to be with you. Actually, I'm willing to bet that I'm the governor who's been in New London more times than anybody in a very long time. First one to come to dinner?
The first governor ever to come back.
I know you're honoring these wonderful people. Do you have a plaque for me?
We have a lot of things in our house here to clean up, not just in the city of New London, but also in the county of New London, and as well in the state of Connecticut. There are lots of things that need to be fixed, and we're looking for people who are willing to support those issues being fixed. And that's what the NAACP has been, always will be about. We're about justice, we're about fixing wrongs. There's a lot of wrongs out there. We're going to be watching our leaders. We're going to be watching people who we put in places where we expect them to have special trust and special duties that they must perform. And we need to watch them. We need to make sure that we are holding them accountable for doing what's right. Okay?
Hello, my name is Ayzel Morales, and my poem is about what I think justice is. Okay. What I think justice is equality in what you truly deserve. Some injustice acts I've heard of are when someone commits a crime against you and authority does nothing about it. No individual should have more or less privileges than another because of social status, class, ethnicity, or religion.
Treat everyone equally the same. When punishment is for everyone when they do something wrong. Everyone having freedom, treating people the same no matter their skin color. When I'm singled out among others, I feel like I'm being picked on. When someone makes the same wrong choices as me and they don't get the same punishment as me, I felt this was not fair. Justice for me is when someone lets me for me. Hello, I'm Karina Reiser. Freedom is just be able to for others in this world. Hope for a better future. Hope to see the world change for the better. My state of mind leads me to find the right to freedom. To be able to kick into it, to be able to enjoy the sweet sound of the river. To be able to feel safe. Alas, my heart for business that's bringing me to complete halt. My freedom is far. In order to see freedom the way I would like to see it, I must let my voice ring. Ring like chimes upon the word. Only then can I truly.
I can write poems too, so there's another $50. But seriously, thank you for having me. And so I'm just going to say what I think. And one other thing, I wrote down what I think today, because the other reason I get in trouble is because I don't usually write, and I just say what I feel. But I put into words what I feel because I think it's important to be clear about what you think. So there's something that I've been saying for a couple of years, and it's a line that's about hope and belief. Because I think in the time when Barack Obama came before us, a lot of people started talking about at least the concept of hope. And so I've been saying for the last few years, beyond hope there is belief. So in 2007, I was asked to give a speech for Black History Month. At the time, Senator Obama, who would become our president, was talking about the audacity of hope. You all remember this. So in this speech, I walked up and I addressed the podium. And I looked into the audience and I said to people, it's a good sign that we're talking about hope. But beyond hope, there's belief. It's our mission to give people a reason to believe again. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but that would become the campaign slogan of the campaign I would do the next year that I didn't know I was going to be running. You never know. So today, our mission is still to give people a reason to believe again. Your mission and my mission, the NAACP and mine. And so tonight's theme, and justice for all, it doesn't just happen. Now, a lot of people will talk to you about the moral arc of the universe. We hear about this all the time. The moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Well, maybe it does, but it doesn't just bend either. The moral arc bends because we bend it. Because men and women get up and decide that they want to do something, because they are concerned about justice for all, and they bend that arc. So I think about that arc kind of like a light. And you know, lights bend when they bend through something, a prism, they refract. And so we are that prism. And so it's a matter of what kind of people we are, whether we're people who are concerned with justice or not.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Now that is so true. There is an old African proverb that said, "Take a village to raise a child," and it's also take many organizations and citizens united together to ensure diversity, equal opportunity, prosperity in New London community. The New London branch is delighted to present 2 community awards. One educational award to a citizen who has provided excellent service to the community, serving equality, becoming a risk taker, improving diversity in the society. The goal of improving our education system is a priority of the NAACP on the national as well as the local level. W.E.B. Du Bois, was an important member of the NAACP. As a teacher, he believed that education and the knowledge are a powerful tool for our children and so needed for their survival in America. So I like to do things a little bit different. I had the opportunity to go around the room and ask about how people felt about some of the people who's going to be presenting awards tonight. And it's awesome when you go to awards presentation and you hear about how you made a difference from the people that's here watching you being acknowledged tonight. So our first community award is going to be presented to Ms. Tamano. She's the executive assistant to the administrator to the London Board of Education. Now, what I was impressed by is that they see Val as the calm before the storm. And I'm thinking, whoo, that's powerful because she's been around for 28 years. 28 years, five superintendents. That is being calm through the storm. Good job. Well, besides that, yes. You know this, Val, but they feel that you are a wonderful listener, a person that they can go to when things are tough, that you have that listening ear. And I wanted to share with you how you impact the community. See, what I remember about Val is Hope Week. That was the time where they wanted to show about New London. She got all the community agencies, the schools, and everybody together. And what I mean by that, you had Writer's Block, you had Drop-In, you had Boy Scout, Girl Scout, you had all the schools, you had the band, and they did this wonderful parade. But you know what was so funny about that parade that year? I gotta say this, Valerie. What was so funny is that everybody was in the parade. Everybody. There wasn't anybody on the side benches. But now, let me tell you what Val did. She was running from each area taking pictures to let people know that I am so glad that you're here tonight. It was a week-long event. They had activity, star program, everybody was a part of it. And that's what, when we talk about a community-minded person, this is what we are talking about. Someone who wants to make sure that our kids are acknowledged. See, we know that we got things that we got to work on, but isn't it awesome when we got people that is working on those things and looking out for our community? And what I thought was really impressive, they said, truly, you do bleed gold and green. So, congratulations. Congratulations.
I have to ask, can you see me? Not if you can hear me. This award is really very, very special to me. When Shirley called me, I have to admit, and actually asked if I would be willing to accept this honor. I got very emotional. Tears came to my eyes, and they're going to come right now. But it means so much because it's from a community that I love so much. Yes, my blood bleeds. It's green and gold, actually, not gold and green and gold. But New London is just a community that I think it's a 6.5 square miles of a family. When I moved away to California for 6 years, I moved to Long Beach, California, because Long Beach, California reminded me of New London. It was an old Navy town, it had a junior college in it, it was along the waterfront. Ocean Boulevard to me looked like Pequot Avenue, so I felt very comfortable there, and that's where I ended up after 6 years of my friends going to Hawaii and me going to New London on vacation. I figured it was time to move home. But since I've been there, I come back home. I've had the pleasure of working for the New London Public Schools. I am an extremely proud graduate of New London High School. Never thought that I would work for the school system. I have grown through working through that, but it has given me an opportunity to reach out to a community. And my mother and father taught me and my sisters at a very young age, that your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues are your extended family. So I think my mother and father will be very proud to look down right now, and when I look around and see so many people that I know, so many people that I respect, that they are close friends, but also very many colleagues who I know love New London as much as I do. So again, I am just so honored. I'm particularly honored because of my other fellow honorees tonight. There's just so much that I want to say from my heart. Those of you who know me know that I am a hugger. When my family gets together, it usually takes them about a half hour to walk out the door because we're kissing and hugging each other. But if I could embrace all of you to say thank you, to let you know how much this community means to me and how much I want to still be. My mind goes crazy when I think of all the things I would love to do for this community, love to do for our school system. I just hope that as we go through this next stage in education, that we can reach out to all of you, because we cannot do it without this community. We cannot do it without all the organizations. And we need to put our differences aside, and that old saying that if you are not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. I just want to just say that because, again, underscoring the fact that we are all part of the same family, we're all working for the same goal, and our kids are first and foremost in everything we do in our community. So, again, thank you. I feel so privileged, I just, she's going to give me an award too. But again, from my heart and from my soul, thank you so much.
men, spiritual, respect for everyone, and really not put judgment on anyone. These are some of the words that were shared with me about Reverend Michael Bell. He will be our second Community Award recipient tonight. He's a minister of St. James Church. So I want to share something that I know about him personally. First of all, one of the members said, just watch him work the room. And it was awesome watching him come in and greeting everyone. And do you know that his church service, for what I understand, that's how he is every Sunday. They were saying that he is willing, he want to make sure everybody is welcome. So just watching him work the room, I saw him give a couple of, shoulder massages. I saw, just some hugs, and I'm glad you're here, and I'm just so glad, to be here. But one of the things I want to share with you that I know about him personally, and like I said, you have to be at the dinner to hear some of these stories, so just wanted to share that with you. So I guess it's been 2 years. We had what they call a peace walk. And with the peace walk, St. James and Reverend Bell has been one of the key people whenever the center, the Drop Learning Center, do anything in the community that's like standing up and say, you know what, yes, I'm here to support them. Yes, if they need to do this. And that means he's supporting the kids. So the first thing we had was, it was called a peace walk. And it was in honor of Father Emmett. But this particular peace walk allowed us to go through to Providence, Rhode Island, to go through the study and practice of nonviolence, the Institute in Providence, Rhode Island. We had a chance to take 12 students out to learn about how to deal with conflict resolution. Well, this year, the same thing came up. And do you know, St. James Church was right up there. They donated, they put money down. So we had 22 youth that had a chance to go away to Violent Peace Town for a weekend and had 6 hours of training on how to deal with conflict resolution. And if that's not community-minded, saying, hey, you know what? These are for our young people. I'm going to input. I'm going to give some money. I'm going to help you out. So just when we talk about being community-minded and helping the community, I just wanted to right now just personally say thank you. Thank you so much. And when we talk about loving people, one of the other things that members here have said about him, because what I was doing was working the room. I was asking people, how do you feel about the presenter? Tell me something I need to let people know. I need to know so they know who's receiving the awards, a little bit about them. And the one thing that kept being presented to me was about his love, his faith in God. He know his purpose. He is, oh, there you go. I'd like to say congratulations.
Well, this can be very short because Val gave my speech. No. It is an incredible honor. It is especially so, as Val said already, because of those other people selected. To be with these people that I know and love and have given themselves. There are always a few people in this day and age of caller ID that if their name shows up on the caller ID, you answer it. Shirley, of course, is one. Tamano, Tracee, Reiser, it just goes on and on. It is an incredible honor. It was a surprise, as something like this should be. We live in an incredible city with an incredible view that's sort of disappearing now into the fog, but so many people spend so much of their time putting us down because there's so much to do here. And I think that's really actually a gift. I know every time I run into Michael Passero, he's constantly got his list out with something else that needs to be done. he's calling somebody to make sure that it's being worked on and not being fixed. And that's the opportunity that we have in this city. Not to disparage it, but to jump in with both feet, grab as much as we can possibly handle, and work alongside some incredible people that love this place as much as we do. And most importantly, I believe for an organization like the NAACP, of which I'm proud to be a member, is that we have an opportunity to show our young people what it means to be truly involved in our city, in our community, and in our lives. That's what you are, and that's what you do by being here tonight, by supporting this organization, and by just being here. I probably would get all sorts of dirty looks if I do it and I don't do it, but I do really appreciate the representatives from my parish who are here tonight. There are almost 3 tables of people. And I couldn't do what I do without their love and their support and their help.
When Shirley called and asked, she goes, "We're honoring Tracee. Would you like to introduce her?" I didn't even hesitate. I said yes, very quickly. I didn't know what you were getting an award for, but I knew that it was deserving Tracee. Now Tracee and I go back, don't count, 47 years, since 6th grade, right here in New London. And it's so great tonight, you know, she brought a whole entourage too. It's so great tonight to see, you know, we always say to each other, the kids that we graduated from school with. And so my friends are here tonight too. And that's the pleasure. I can tell you, Tracee is the Associate Dean for Community Learning. She's the Associate Director of the Holland Center for Community Action and Public Policy, and the Director of the Office of Volunteer and Community Services, OVCS, at Connecticut College. That says a lot of words, but doesn't really tell who Tracee is. When I asked about Tracee getting this award, and I asked people to tell me things that they thought about you, Tracee, caring, loving. I like when she always said, "Okay, let's do it." You ask her to help, and she'll say, "When? What? What do you need?" Those of us close to her, as we were working together to really celebrate years after we graduated from high school, we called her Judge Wagner, because she would keep us focused. And we really wanted to give her the gavel, but she leads so well. And Tracee always steps up to the plate. Whether it's the services she can offer, whether it's the students to help out. I can't say how many times you've helped us with the Kennedy Cultural Center and so many organizations in the city. When you helped OIC when it was starting, you've invested in that, and what a great organization that is. And she's always willing to do that. She never appears to be too tired to help. It's like the eyes light up because she wants to help each and every person. And when you go to anything that Tracee gives, she is so inclusive. She loves culture and she loves diversity, and that's just who she is.
NAACP Freedom Fund for this very, very special honor. And I join you in congratulating my colleagues and friends who are also receiving education and community awards this evening. It is truly a privilege for me to work together with them, both in my professional life and my civic life, in this beloved community of New London. It is also a privilege for me to work with my great colleagues and students from Connecticut College. and our wonderful New London community partners. And I want to say I share this honor with you because you have engaged in these issues throughout the years with me. The NAACP has been a very powerful force for civil rights and social justice for all of America throughout the last 103 years. This evening celebrates the current honorees as well as the legions that have come before, accomplished so much, and inspired us to continue to link arms and work for equal rights and opportunities, particularly for our very precious youth who deserve the very best. Thank you again for this education award. I will treasure it and cherish it for always. And I look forward to continuing to work together for justice for all and for affordable health care for all. And as the Honorable Representative said, for starting the fires on and on and on again. Thank you.
And I can't believe that 3 of the awardees that have come before you that I really, really respect and love. I am so blessed to know them. Reona is the director of the Drop-In Learning Center and Resource Center in New London. She's been at the Drop for 16 years. I've just gotten to know Reona in the last 2 years. She's a tireless worker. She never goes home. I go back sometimes and say, honey, you need to go home and rest. Or I'll call and say, hey, come over to my house and get some food. Because we need to finish your body right now. Her life is all about children and having them receive a solid education and become a productive member of the society. She's always tries to involve the center in all the activities of New London. She collaborates with several organizations and programs. I've seen her work in the New London school system, the Smart Mouth program, the Kente Culture Center, the library, the GOD, and many other groups. She served as Camp Rotary Director from 2005 to 2009. She served as an advisor to the NAACP Youth Group, and she's a former member of the board of Writers Club. She's always attending meetings. Everywhere I go, I see Reona at various organizations to enhance her education on many issues and programs. Now, my children, when I was teaching, loved for Reona to go because they knew they were going to get a new book. They would say, are we going down to the RIP program today? It's a lady here. And Reona would come sometime in costumes and different variations, and they loved her. And that is the Reading is Fundamental program. And Reona has given out, touched almost 9,000 children's lives with books. We love her because she's always willing to help any group or organization. She stands up for good and solid education, diversity, equal rights, and having students become lifelong learners. My friend, Reona.
I'm not going to be long because I did promise the staff that came down and the children that I was not going to cry. So what I'm going to say is, which I'm not, but what I'm going to say is that I just like to say thank you for presenting this awards, but this award is actually going to go to the staff because without them, I would not be able to do the job that I'm doing. It goes to the youth because those are the people that we're serving and my community partners.
It's every